heard from some of you. And if you do have questions, just put them in the chat if you don't mind. And we'll, after we're done going through our comments, we'll go through those questions. And then we'll be able to take care of those. So I think that's it. So I was just going to touch on a couple things first. Safety related.
Yes.
Of course, did someone have a question real quick? Okay, I guess we're good to go. Wanted to start off just by saying that we are encouraging everybody to please stay off the roads. We're hearing about in the Charlotte area among our staff, there have been a lot of crashes so far in our response, and it is, I think, inhibiting our ability to be out there to do our jobs effectively with our plowing operations and our salting operations. And the message that has been from Governor Stein and from NCDOT Secretary Johnson and all the way down to our staff at the local level is to please stay off the roads and not to drive unless it is absolutely necessary. We know some people might still have to go to work or have other obligations, and so that is understandable. But if you don't have to be traveling, we want you to please stay off the roads and stay at home. One other thing to keep in mind too is the quick clearance that is in effect, the immediate tow that is in effect, that is, I think, in effect as of early yesterday morning, as of 6 a.m. So what that means is if there is an abandoned vehicle on the side of the road, if it is there for more than 24 hours, it's going to be towed away according to an agreement that was established between the Highway Patrol and NCDOT. Also, if there is a vehicle there that's on the side of the road, we're going to make sure that there's nobody in that vehicle. So you might see a vehicle that has a small piece of caution tape on it. That is simply a way of confirming that there's nobody inside that vehicle and that's already been checked, just to make sure that no one is occupying it. The other thing is just to make sure, if you want to check driving conditions anytime, drivenc.gov is going to be your best bet, your best resource. That's what we use to update all of our real-time travel conditions across the state. And we have cameras where you can see what's going on with conditions. And then one other thing too, that we didn't deal with the previous storm that we're dealing with this one is a lot of wind. And so when we see winds that are gusting up in excess of 35 miles an hour or higher, we, by policy, are going to have to temporarily stop what we're doing for our workers' safety and for our contract crews' safety. So if people ask why we're not plowing and why we're not actively working, that's simply because we have to adhere to that policy. So we have to wait for the winds to die down. That might not happen in this area, but we are expecting it to happen in other areas of the state. So with that, I think I'm going to turn it over to our division maintenance engineer, Mike Mariano, and he's got some other comments about our preparations and then what we anticipate to see for the remainder of our event. So Mike, go ahead.
Yep. Thanks, Jen. And good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mike Mariano. I'm the division maintenance engineer here in Division 10. We maintain 5 counties, including Mecklenburg, Cabarrus, Union, Stanley, and Anson. And across those 5 counties, we maintain a little over 11,500 lane miles of roadway. As everybody's aware, we've been working around the clock for the past week and a half or so, preparing and clearing our roads from last week's ice event. And just after we finished clearing the roads on our secondary system, we put our brine tanks back on and started brining for this event. So as of yesterday around noon, all bare pavement routes have been pre-treated for this event. So late last night, our crews began staging across the division in preparation for winter weather. Currently, we have 66 NCDOT crews and 129 contract trucks. So that have been treating our bare pavement routes this morning and will continue to plow and treat on rotating 12-hour shifts until the event is completely done and the roads are back open and clear. We also have multiple cut and shove crews across the division. And they'll be staged in different counties throughout. And these crews will also be working around the clock, taking care of any trees that come down during the event. Currently, road conditions vary across the division. We have seen some very heavy bands of snow hit Mecklenburg and Cabarrus County early this morning, and I think most of our other counties have been hit at this point. So most of our roads in those counties are covered at this point in snow, but we have been treating this morning on our bare pavement system, and we are seeing the material work. So our salt is working. With the snowfall amounts that we've seen already and the anticipated amounts in the forecast, we have started plowing on most of our bare pavement routes, and we will continue to do so throughout the event until we completely clear the roads. As Jen mentioned, and I just want to reemphasize, just please be patient with our folks as we clear the roads and stay home if at all possible. We've been seeing a lot of accidents, especially in the Mecklenburg County area in the last few hours with people just using unsafe speeds. And so we can't emphasize enough just to slow down and increase your travel distance and stay home if at all possible. Like Jen also mentioned, you can check our website, drivenc.gov, for real-time travel updates if you absolutely have to get out and get on the road. So with that, Jen, I'll pass it back to you.
Okay. Folks, if you've got any questions for either one of us, you can throw those in the chat. I don't see anything just yet, but please feel free to go ahead and do that if you want to. Does anybody have any questions? All right, Joe's going to take a stab at it. Question from Joe Marusak at the Observer. How is Lake Norman area as bad as you mentioned for the rest of Mecklenburg and also Cabarrus?
So I think I understand the question. So early on, we saw some really heavy bands of snow come across the western part of Mecklenburg County and into Cabarrus County. And those are probably some of the hardest hit areas so far that we've seen. Like I said, the rest of Mecklenburg and all of our 5 counties have now been hit with some snow accumulation, but definitely the western part of Mecklenburg and northern Meck and Cabarrus definitely got hit probably the worst.
And how many DOT employees and contract crew members are helping plow the roads?
So we have 66 NCDOT trucks that are plowing during the event. And then we have 129 contract trucks that are plowing.
Thank you, Joe, for the questions. Appreciate it. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, if there are no other questions, we will conclude the availability. I will send out a recording to everyone, and if you have anything else that you need, just you got my contact information, just reach out and we will work to get whatever you need. Thank you for everybody's time today.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.